If you are looking for a guide to help you live a life of peace and purpose, then look no further than Epictetus, the ancient Stoic philosopher whose teachings have stood the test of time. In this video, we will discuss how to apply Epicurus' philosophy to your life today and unlock the secrets to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. So sit back, relax, and get ready to learn how to live like a Stoic. We all strive to lead better lives, but it can be difficult to know where to start. But fear not, for Epicurus has some simple yet powerful tips that can set you on the path to greatness. First, we must understand that our happiness is within our control. It is not dependent on external factors such as wealth, fame, or the actions of others. As Epicurus said, it is up to you to choose what you want to be. This means that we have the power to shape our own destinies and create the life we want. We don't have to be at the mercy of external circumstances or the whims of fate. Instead, we can take charge of our lives and make things happen. To do this, we need to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts and actions, and let go of what is not up to us, such as the opinions of others, external events, or the behavior of people around us. This can be easier said than done, but with practice and self-awareness, we can learn to distinguish between what is in our control and what is not. When we realize that our happiness is in our hands, we can start to take steps to create the life we want. This may involve setting goals, making plans, and taking action towards them. But even if things don't go as planned, we can still find happiness. By focusing on what is up to us, we can find contentment and satisfaction in the present moment, regardless of what the future may hold. Another important lesson from Epictetus is that we should not fear death. Death is a natural part of life, and something that we all must face eventually. But instead of fearing it, we can learn to embrace it. Epictetus said, "The fear of death is itself a form of death." When we fear death, we are essentially living our lives in a way that is dictated by fear rather than by choice. We may avoid taking risks or pursuing our dreams out of fear of what may happen if we fail. But by doing so, we are cheating ourselves out of the opportunity to live a full and meaningful life. Instead of fearing death, we can learn to accept it as a natural part of the human experience. This does not mean that we should not try to prolong our lives or seek medical help when we are sick or injured, but it does mean that we should not let the fear of death hold us back from living our lives to the fullest. By facing our fear of death, we can free ourselves from the chains that bind us and live a life that is truly our own. Forgiveness is a powerful tool that can help us overcome anger and resentment. When someone wrongs us, it is natural to feel angry or hurt. However, by holding on to these negative emotions, we are only hurting ourselves. Epictetus said, "He is your enemy who makes you angry." When we allow anger or resentment to take over, we are giving that person or situation power over us. But when we forgive, we take back that power and choose to move forward without the burden of negativity. Forgiveness does not mean condoning or excusing the wrong that was done to us. It simply means that we are releasing the negative emotions that are harming us and choosing to focus on the positive aspects of our lives. It can be challenging to forgive, especially when we feel like we have been deeply wronged. But by practicing empathy and understanding, we can learn to see the humanity in the person who hurt us and find it in our hearts to forgive. One of the most important lessons from Epictetus is the importance of accepting what we cannot change. This is a powerful concept that can help us reduce stress and increase our sense of calm and control in our lives. We all encounter situations that are beyond our control, such as the actions of others, the weather, or the past. However, it is our reaction to these situations that truly matters. Epictetus said, "Some things are in our control, and others not." When we try to control things that are not up to us, we only cause ourselves unnecessary stress and anxiety. Instead, we should focus our energy on what we can control, such as our attitude, effort, and perseverance. By accepting what we cannot change, we free ourselves from the burden of worry and open ourselves up to the possibility of finding joy and contentment in every situation. This Stoic principle can be applied to all areas of our lives, from our personal relationships to our professional goals. When we learn to accept the things we cannot change, we become more resilient in the face of adversity and better equipped to handle whatever life throws our way. Living in accordance with nature is an essential part of Stoic philosophy. It means living in harmony with the natural world and recognizing our place in the universe. Epictetus believed that we should live a simple life, free from excess and greed, and that we should be grateful for the gifts of nature. This can be applied to our daily lives by being mindful of our consumption habits and the impact they have on the environment. By reducing our waste, recycling, and supporting sustainable practices, we can live a more eco-friendly life that is in harmony with nature. Additionally, living in accordance with nature means accepting the natural cycles of life, such as the changing seasons and the inevitable passage of time. By embracing these cycles and adapting to them, we can find a sense of balance and perspective in our lives. Living in accordance with nature also involves recognizing our interconnectedness with all living beings. By treating others with kindness and compassion, and recognizing their intrinsic value, we can create a more harmonious and sustainable world for all. In conclusion, Epictetus's philosophy offers a timeless guide to living a life of peace and purpose. By following his wisdom, we can find happiness within our grasp, overcome our fear of death, practice forgiveness, accept what we cannot change, and live in accordance with nature. But it is up to us to put these lessons into practice and make them our own. Remember that you have the power to shape your destiny and create the life you want. Don't be afraid to take risks. Pursue your dreams and embrace the unknown. Live each day to the fullest and make the most of the opportunities that come your way. And above all, remember to stay focused on what is up to us and let go of what is not. By following these simple yet powerful tips from Epictetus, you can unlock the secrets to a more fulfilling and meaningful existence. Thank you for watching, and may you go and live a life of Stoic wisdom and resilience.